Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Wakakadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem. In the name of Hamashiach Yahushua, those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. The Lashon Kodash is a holy tongue, and I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwa, and I say Shalom. And this is a World War III news updates as of April the 24th, 2026, on this Friday afternoon. Friday night, April 24th, 2026. And this is a World War III news updates. And it says, Madison rules out a renewal of Iran and Russian oil waivers. Right, because you've still been having an alliance between Russia and Iran as well, too. It says U.S. imposed sanctions on Chinese base oil refinery and 40 shippers over Iranian oil. Because keep this in mind, you had China, the United States was accusing China potentially might ship some oil and ship some military equipment and intel to Iran. And then, Trump administration was potentially using 60% tariffs on them. Now, with this recent news came out, now they sanction them with a Chinese oil refinery and 40 shippers over Iranian oil. So these oil wars, these sanction wars, these trade wars, these nuclear wars, any different, these different categories that's mentioned that is escalations of wars between these nations is only going to continue to increase, and that's what we're seeing. And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. And we've been seeing that as of lately. These sanction wars, these economical wars, these trade wars, and these oil wars. So oil wars and nuclear wars and economical wars and trade wars and tariff wars is going to be increasing more and more between these armies of other nations, and that's what we're seeing. And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. It says, "Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." Right, we're hearing wars and rumors of wars between these armies of nations, oil wars, fuel wars, and nuclear wars. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but it's not yet. So these oil wars, these nuclear wars, these economic wars, going to heat back up between China and the United States, and Russia and the United States, and Iran versus the United States, because these are nations that's allies with Iran. It's Matthew 24 verse 7. "For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom." Right, you're still gonna see Hezbollah versus the Israel Defense Force, despite the fact they extend ceasefire for another 6 weeks. So you're still gonna have cross-border tensions heating up between both sides. The resistance of the Palestinians and the pro-Iranian groups of Hezbollah over there in Lebanon going against the Israel Defense Force, and then the battle with the Strait of Hormuz, while you still got the United States continue blocking the Strait of Hormuz, and then Iran best believe they're going to respond back. If they oil tank keep on getting sieged by the United States, best believe they're going to respond back. Matthew 24 verse 7, "For nation shall rise against nation," right? The European Union and NATO versus Belarus and Russia, while Russia versus NATO heating up. Then you got the Russia-Ukraine situation heating up still to this day. "For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places," right along with it. Right, but that's the key word, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That leads up to these nuclear wars, these oil wars between these nations on a day-to-day basis. And this is the prophet Joel, chapter 3, and verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles," right? And this is being proclaimed this among the Gentiles, "Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man." Hey, so we're seeing them prepare for war. Hey, economic wars, nuclear wars, trade wars, oil wars, nuclear wars. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles." So this continue being proclaimed among the Gentiles, so the armies of the nations. They still gonna be gathered up over there in Western Asia, throughout that whole region. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up." Right, so let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. The prophet Joel, chapter 3, verse 10, beat your plowshares and the swords and the plunderers and the spears, and let the weak sound strong. Right, you're still gonna see Iran rise up against the Israel Defense Force, despite the fact they potentially might have these second round of talks over there in Turkey once again. So, despite the fact that 6 week extension of a ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel, which is a host over there by Washington D.C., they had hosted talks yesterday for another second round of talks. So, even though they extended the 6 week trust agreement, they had extended it, but you're still going to have ongoing conflict and tensions between Hezbollah and Israel Defense Force. And this is the book of Luke 21. This is the Gospel of Luke 21 and verse 25. It says, there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations will perplexity rich run. So we're still going to see the nations are in perplexity and distress. We're still going to continue to see that increase. And this is the book of Revelations, 11 verse 14, and I'll close it out. So this was just a quick sit-down lesson of the World War III news updates. Revelations 11 verse 14, it says, the second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly. Right, so the second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly still. And so with that, hopefully this is edifying, a very quick sit-down lesson of the World War III news updates, because you're still going to have these nuclear wars still going to escalate between these armies of nations, and especially particularly over there in Western Asia, despite the fact they're trying to ease the tensions for these peace talks, extending ceasefire agreements. But these oil wars and these nuclear wars are still going to heat up between Iran and the United States, the battle of Russia for moves in that area. While you got these other nuclear aspects and tensions are heating up between these nations at different parts around the world, it's still going to continue to increase. So with that, hopefully this was edifying, a quick sit-down lesson of the World War III news updates as of April the 24th, 2026 on this Friday night. And so with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Karkadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Ba'Hashem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the lost Holy Tongue. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, or Akim, or Aqua. Until next time, I would say Kum Yasharala and the Ball. Shalom.